Our French destroyer addiction is continuing because, well, it is an addiction at this point. I've literally played French destroyers. I think they're literally like, I'm not even kidding. Like I think 95% of the games that I've played in the last like month have been French destroyers. So, um, yeah. So anyway, we are, well, playing Who Would Have Guessed a French Destroyer. So, first thing first, threat to my ship, there's an implacable for carriers, only one radar, and it looks like they, they just ended up sync dropping or something, or what the fuck? Hold on. Well, whatever. I'm not even going to try and get my head around that, but anyway, a Buffalo for radar, Amalfi with SAP, Z44, Kagero, and Z31 for destroyer threats. So, uh, anyway, I think our plan is going to be run into A, hope that we come across one of those destroyers, or like that 44 is going to be dumb enough to pick a gunfight with me or something, or really just run into any of those destroyers and hope that they're dumb enough to pick a fight with me. In general. Also, they have a tier 7 in division with a tier 8. That's always a really smart move, by the way. Ain't that right, Stewie? We're being joined by our wonderful little Mr. Stewie. Once again, he's a very wonderful little cat, doing little wonderful cat things like meowing. So, yes, I hear you, Stu. Here's the 44. We're just going to drop some Make-A-Wish torpedoes out like that. We're probably going to be getting detected pretty soon here by that 44. So we're just going to... That is not a radar Neptune, by the way. We're just going to get kited out. Although this Shimanta looks like he's probably going to block his own line of sight and line of fire on me by going behind that island. Which is not something I'm going to complain about. Yep, there he goes. I hear you still. There's the Amalfi, though, which is a little unfortunate. And that is also really unfortunate. Literally reversed right into that. Which is kind of dog. But whatever. I hear you still. Once we get this base cap, I'm probably going to try and get my farm on this Fat Freddy. Because I don't want to pick a gunfight with the 44 in front of a Shimanto, an Amalfi over there, and a Fat Freddy that's walking. So we're just going to launch out some Make-A-Wish torpedoes in the direction of the Fat Freddy. And in case he turns, we're going to do this. And we're going to get turned and kited out. And we're going to get our farm on. Go. Hopefully he takes at least one of those torpedoes and is forced to rep a flood. Although it looks like he's probably... Okay, yep. There we go. I honestly wasn't expecting those to hit. Although I would like for this carrier to not grief me. There's the fire. And that fire is going to stick because he did repair that flood. The carrier is maybe going for me. I honestly... No, it doesn't look like he is. That Fat Freddy's gonna go down. There we go. Now the problem is going to be this Amalfi. I really can't afford to fight the Z44 in front of an Amalfi like that. So I'm really going to rely on this island right here to block that line of sight. Shimanto is dark. We are going to be double capped right here, but it's going to be fine. Because we do have the kill on the Fat Freddy. No, that guy's going to turn away. He's going to kite out. And also not being detected either, so that or the Z44 is like over on like that side of the cap somewhere. This Amalfi is going to be really, really annoying though. Hopefully our carrier can grief him a little bit. But he's going to make life really interesting for trying to fight the 44. Now, Shimanto is going to be going down at least, though, which is good. Amalfi's not smoking up. I hear you, Stu. Which way are this guy's guns pointing? Actually, we might be able to get some torps on him. No, it doesn't look like it, because he's turning out. His guns aren't facing this way. He's gonna turn out. He's just gonna break line of sight. Here we go. Then Amalfi is probably more than likely going to be turning guns for the Itago that's like literally in his face. So I'm gonna take a risk and go and maybe try and assassinate the Z44. No, it doesn't look like it. Here's the 44. It's kiting away, though. He's slowing down. Whatever. I don't really care. Although I am glad that I didn't waste a reload booster on that. I really, really wanted to right there to guarantee damage. And as much damage as I can on that guy while he was detected, but I don't think it was really going to be the play with the Minnesota being right there and him smoking up. Well, not really. The Minnesota doesn't have anything to do with it. It's really just the fact that he smoked up and went dark immediately, so that most of my shots were going to be blind. Minnesota's guns are pointing somewhere else. That Z44 does not have Hydro, so if he's still in the smoke screen, he's going to be in a world of pain pretty soon. There goes one of his torpedoes. Does not look like he's still in the smoke, because I think I would have spotted him if he was. Yeah, I definitely would have spotted him by now if he was still in the smoke screen. So we're just going to be running at him, and we're going to hopefully be able to catch him out like this. Hello? Aim. Okay. We're going for it. I'm really mainly hoping for the engine to be knocked out at this point. And he shot back, so now I'm no longer bound to keeping him spotted, because he's shot and his detection bloom. So now I was able to turn away and open up a little bit of distance in order to get all of my guns firing at him. Now I guess we're just going to be farming a Minnesota a little bit. I see the Implacable right there, but I think that this Minnesota is going to be the more immediate threat, because the Minnesota is going to be the one who's going to be able to actually shoot back at me. That is really annoying. Alright. Now it's gonna be time to deal with this Implac. Or maybe not. We're just gonna fucking bounce. Never mind. Someone just shot me. I think that was the Minnesota. Gotta take that screenshot. Was it the Minnesota that shot me? I think it might have been. His guns are pointing relatively in this direction. Go away. I'm just gonna straight line out of that. There we go. So, this was a pretty balanced game, I would say. I mean, you know, 2 ships versus 9. But, I think right now we're gonna lose the Baltimore. Right now our play is just going to be maybe try and greed for a little bit more damage. So, that's what we're gonna do. And this is also kind of tying in a little bit to what I was talking about yesterday about consistency. The French destroyers, and the reason that I've been playing them so much recently, is just because they are very, very strong, and their strengths are very, very consistent. So they are, every single game, they're able to exert dominance. They're able to influence the game by assassinating targets. They're able to zip around the map and apply pressure. And that's a consistent thing that they're able to do every single game. I mean, there are some games where they might not be able to do as much as they would like to, either because they're getting shut down by a triple Nevsky division or something like that. But by and large, they're just a lot more consistent, and that's why I've been favoring so much. And you're seeing that right here. This is literally the first game I played today. And that was like a 10-minute game for 2K. That was like 10 minutes of work for, 11 minutes of work for 2K XP. So, pretty good, honestly. And we also bagged ourselves a pelt while we were at it, so that's pretty good. I'm going to get another one, because I feel like doing that again. So, let's see. Now I guess we just play Q Simulator, or we call for Stewie. Where is he? That is actually a good question. Where did he go? No, he's up on his little cat tree over there. Yes, still. He just looked at me like, don't you dare disturb me. So we're just gonna let him do his thing over there. And we are going to get another pretty decent game, honestly. So let's see. Arms race is not ideal, but we have a Fletcher Kotsky for destroyers. Michelangelo's annoying. Buffalo Seattle for radars. No carrier this time, which is always nice. There's a salmon for submarines. And of course, he's going to be on my side because, yeah. Why would he not be? Let's see here. Michelangelo with the sap is going to be really, really annoying to deal with. But not too bad otherwise. Not worried about any of those battleships. I can farm them pretty decent. It's really the Buffalo, Seattle, and those destroyers that are the main threats to me. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run up the one line right here up to this island and try and use this island to shield me from as much fire as possible, and hope that our submarine is going to be able to spot a destroyer that might be getting a little brave and going for that buff right there. So the plan is going to be assassinate whatever destroyer is going for that buff through this channel, if there is one, which there should be, because the game should mirror our spawns. But the plan is going to be assassinate one of those destroyers that's going for the buff, and then once I'm dark, I can go for the buff myself, go through the Thunderdome, and pick up the region in the middle. So that's going to be the plan. Right now, it's immediately looking like our 9-10 is about to be very, very weak because our John DeWitt in Kansas is all turning towards the middle. Everybody that spawned on the middle is heading towards this side, so this is definitely about to be very, very dangerous. There's the Bismarck. The goal is to use this island to shield me from fire, or as much fire as possible, and hoping that a destroyer is going to be feeling a bit brave and going for the buff there. And it looks like it's going to be the Fletcher. Yep. Thank you very much. Is he going to slow down? He is not. Alright. There we go. Cool beans. There's an HE salvo from someone. I'm not entirely sure who that's from. Buffalo. Okay. There's the submarine torpedoes. I'm not going to be able to really do anything about that with the Buffalo there. I might not be able to get the buff that I wanted with the Buffalo there. Yatago walked down middle and was able to get that regen buff, which is unfortunate. Like to go dark, please. I'd like to finish off this Buffalo, please. There we go. That salvo from whoever that was did in fact kill him, so pretty good. Veneto is going to be playing Island Cockroach. The Yatago got the regen buff but killed himself in the process as destroyer, or not destroyer, as really just as players typically do, if I'm being honest. Let's see. I think right now I'm going to go back to my original plan. I'm going to let this salmon pick up this reload buff right here. I'm going to grab the ship health buff, and I'm just going to rotate to the other side of the map, and then we're going to go from there. Seattle, Palmer is over there. Honestly, if this Alsace walks down middle, I might be able to just YOLO assassinate him. Actually, I might be able to just pick up this buff, like, right here. I wasn't originally planning on it, but it looks like it should be fairly safe to do so. And that Veneto might be accelerating. No, he's just gonna turn out. Alright. Get safe. And do I have the Torpedo Alpha to kill an Alsace? I have 18,000 and I have 5 torpedoes, so that's okay. I should have enough damage. I should have enough damage to kill. That Alsace had, I think, like about 70. Okay, he has 74,000 health, and well, he has max health. He has 65,000 ship health, but he is regenerating because of the buff. I actually might not go for him. I'm probably just going to try and farm him out from range. I think that's going to be my my safer play, because if I try and go for the rush, there's going to be a Georgia right there. There's the Bismarck, there's the Veneto. If that Alsace walked, like, full sent it down the middle, I probably would have gone for it, but since he's not, I'm just going to let them... I'm just going to let him have that. I'm going to go pick this buff up over here, and then we're just going to rotate back to right where we are right now, and we're just going to try and get our farm on. Especially since that Georgia is turning in. They did get a damage buff, which is a little unfortunate, but it's really nothing we could have done about it. So we're just going to pick up our own. And we're going to get our guns turned, and we're going to get ready to get our farm on, boys. We finally lost our first ship, goddamn. Here we go. We can get the DCP on this Georgia forced. That would be very nice. Looks like he just used it right there. Now load up the high explosive once again. Now we're going to hit our reload booster. So the reason I didn't hit the reload booster as soon as that DCP went off is because the American battleships have a very long DCP action time. It's 20 seconds at base. So as soon as that Georgia hit his DCP the first time, he had 20 seconds of fire immunity. So even if I hit my reload booster and spammed him down the entire time, he would never be set on another fire because his DCP has such a long action time. And I also am not going to need my DCP to out DPM an Akatsuki. There we go. Now all I have to do is just not eat any Akatsuki torps. That would be ideal. Looks like our salmon completely whiffed his shotgun attempt on the Georgia over there. Oof to him. And Georgia's still burning. Nice. Now we're just trying to get our farm on Alsace for one salvo. We might just move into this free smokescreen right here that the enemy Akatsuki was so gracious enough to provide for us. No, only has 30 seconds left at this point. Now, just gonna get our farm on, because this guy did eat an Akatsuki torpedo. Well, there's not gonna be much farming left at this point. But no, I'm not gonna get him. Unlucky. I think now might be the time to go for the Alsace rush, because I'm expecting that this Alsace is gonna go around the island and turn into the cap right here, or maybe go for the reload buff. I currently have almost 29,000 health with 2 stacks of this buff. So I'm just gonna go for it, to be honest. And I'm gonna hope that he's gonna live long enough for me to do that. Although, let's see here. Here we go. Alright, boys, we're about to do it. We're about to be some really, really greedy idiots right here. But this game is literally guaranteed to be won, so it really doesn't matter. Hello, sunshine. How are you today? Tap, tap. Alright. GG's, boys. There you go. And that, boys and girls, is how you play French destroyers. And top of the team again. Nice. So, anyway, I think that is going to be enough for today. The moral of the story is French destroyers are really fucking good. And that's why I'm playing them. So, I have well, I mean, if you want to see how I play them and why I like them so much, well, here's 2 games right here, and you can also just go back for like the past 2 weeks, or really like the past month if I'm being honest, and you'll see all kinds of French destroyer stuff going on. So I will say that the French destroyers are not damage farmers. Your priority is not farming. You can do it when there's a easy farm target, or battleships are walking at you or sitting on an island, but by and large, French destroyers are fast assassins, and that's what you saw that last game with the Z-44 getting run down. That's what you saw this game with the Fletcher, which poor man. So that is going to be enough for today. I will see you tomorrow.